A very good morning. You're watching the first news bulletin of the day right here on TV3 on New Day. My name is George Queening. Top of the stories are: organized labor threatens nationwide strike over the NPRA's approval of SNIT's stake in 4 hotels to Rock City. And former national chairman of the NPP, Peter Mark Menu, says the comments made by running mate Matthew Poku-Prempeh at an unveiling rally in Kumasi is a gaffe which would not affect the chances of the party. Also coming up this morning, Accra High Court says CEO of defunct Men's Gold, Mensah, did not possess a valid license to engage in the sale and purchase of gold. Elsewhere on the continent, Kenya's President William Ruto praised for firing his entire cabinet, but it would not appease the so-called Gen Z protesters. We've got details of these and many more coming up shortly. Do stay with us. Thanks for your time, and now the news in details. The Minister of Employment and Labour Relations has announced that the National Pensions Regulatory Authority has approved the sale of 60% of SNIT shares in Net Hotel Investment Portfolio. The NPRA directed SNIT to suspend its negotiations with Rock City over the sale of 4 hotels, pending further evaluation and engagement. Answering questions on the floor of Parliament, the Sector Minister Ignatius Bafui confirmed that all due processes have been complied with.
Mr. Speaker, SNIT's decision to divest 60% of its stake in the hotels is not an isolated decision, but part of its broader strategy to improve investment performance and ensure the long-term sustainability of the scheme. NPRA came up with a directive. It needed to be furnished with all information relating to the sale of the hotels, which SNIT has since done that. So it wasn't like a direct decision that SNIT should not go ahead to do anything, but then SNIT can only go ahead when NPRA, which is the regulator within the field, had actually certified that they had seen all the documentation and the processes, and they think that they are good to go.
Meanwhile, Executive Secretary of the Ghana Federation of Labour, Abraham Kunsin, says organized labour is meeting later today to decide on their next line of action regarding the NPRA's clearance for the sale to go ahead. They have hinted of a nationwide strike if the SNIT stake in the 4 hotels proceed. Take a listen.
I think we have every right to raise issues and make sure whatever they are doing that will not be in our interests is stopped. Now, tomorrow we are meeting as organized labor. We are meeting tomorrow in the morning, and I'm sure by midday we have considered development in Parliament and taking.
Well, away from Labour, an Accra High Court has ordered Chief Executive Officer of defunct Men's Gold and his 2 companies to open his defense after dismissing his submission of no case. Presiding Judge Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapaah noted that the prosecution, after providing 9 witnesses, has established a prima facie evidence against him. Lord Asari has more.
In his 4.5-hour ruling, Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapaah indicated that the PS, NAM1 and Brew Marketing Consult did not possess a valid license to engage in the sale and purchase of gold. Referencing the charge of operating a deposit-taking business without a license, the court noted that Brew Marketing Consult is unknown as an entity authorized to sell gold to the public. The court ruled that Mensah and Brew Marketing Consult must answer the charge of selling gold contrary to Section 99(1) of the Minerals and Mining Act. The court also held that the Bank of Ghana did not endorse the deposit-taking business of NAM1 and Men's Gold. Again, the court posited that the use of celebrities such as Stonebwoy, Becca, Jocelyn Dumas, and Jackie Appiah to promote the activities of the gold dealership firm on billboards influenced the public to invest in Men's Gold and Brew Marketing Consult Limited. Nana Appiah Mensah and his two companies were thus ordered by the court to answer 19 counts of defrauding by false pretenses and acquitted him on the remaining counts after the prosecution abandoned 3 counts due to the unavailability of the victims. Namuan expressed dissatisfaction at the ruling.
This is just the prima facie, which is like looking at it on a face value. So, well, it could be a mirage. And this is just one, person sitting down looking at it. So, yeah, once we disagree, the law permits that we can always take it to, an appellate court or the legal remedies under, a legal dispensation can be exercised. And so we would go back to the drawing table, in an attempt to defend ourselves and then to affirm and then get a court to proclaim our innocence to the whole world.
Spokesperson for the Attorney General, Wilberforce Mensah, spoke to the media.
To the stage of submission of no case, and the accused persons have been asked to open their defense. So this is victory for the prosecution. It's a step towards justice delivery in this particular matter. And I'm glad and I believe the gentlemen who are indeed at this stage can properly be called victims. I believe they're all satisfied and very elated and happy by the ruling given by the Honorable Judge.
Fred Forson, who represents agreed Men's Good customers, cautioned the former Men's Good boss.
Now one feels that he has some rights, liberty to hold on to our money. That is the most annoying aspect of this whole thing. Over 225 people have died, and he's still doing business. He's still in business. He hid some of the properties from the eye of the public. So time is running out for him. He should be in a hurry to deposit the rest of the money.
Nana Appiah Mensah, also known as Namuan, will be back in court on July 23, which is a Tuesday, to either open his defense, but he has indicated that he's going to appeal the decision of the court because he's not happy with it. Lord Idwasari, TV3 News, Accra High Court.
Well, let's know what you make of this very story and other stories that have been aired so far. We are live on Facebook, TV3 Ghana. Engage us, we'll surely read them and share them to the rest of the world. Away from the legal matters, former national chairman of the NPP, Peter Mahamudu, is urging Ghanaians to let sleeping dogs lie following the public outrage over the comparison of President Akufo-Addo's record against that of Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, by the party's running mate, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh. And a yet-to-be-aired interview on hot issues, Peter Mahamudu considered the comment was a gaffe which would not affect the chances of the party in the December election.
I would say that the election is about MPP and DC. So this issue about Nkrumah, for me, it must be made to rest because we are talking about an election scheduled for December 7th between MPP, NDC, and others. So if you have been adored and you have such a huge crowd to come and watch you, I would not concentrate anything about the late Kwame Nkrumah. I would rather concentrate on my competitors.
You call it a gaffe, but there are people who think that, listen, this is only testimony to how the NPP views Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
I am saying that on political platforms, many things happen, and it has happened to many politicians. So we call it gaffe in politics, okay? I think MPP as a party has not come out to say anything about this. Because for MPP, it's a competition between the New Patriotic Party, the NDC, and others. I don't think this will have any major effect on MPP's standing in the upcoming elections. It's an election that we are well prepared for now up to 7 December. And I keep saying that in election, if you are picking, You must pick up to the D-Day. And 1 week can even make the difference.
So the full interview will air on Sunday at 2 p.m. And now let's still stay in the camp of the NPP because at Flagbara, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has thrown a challenge to NDC Flagbara John Dramani Mahama to show up for a debate on key sectors of the economy. He believes the former president is trumpeting empty policies which will expose in a one-on-one debate. Take a listen.
I am looking forward to a debate with John Mahama on the economy, on the country, on the governance. But I'm afraid that he's running away from a debate, isn't it? His people say he doesn't want to debate, but he doesn't want to debate because he knows I will expose the emptiness of his policies. He says he has a 24-hour economy that he cannot explain. It's as empty as an empty barrel. He cannot explain it. None of his people can explain it. They say they will be exporting lions and elephants. But when we meet mano a mano, we can debate and the country will see where our policies lie. And that is where we should go. We should give the country an opportunity to listen to us. But if he chooses not to debate, I will continue to sell my policies to the people of Ghana, and you will take the decision.
And so what does the NDC Flagbara John Dramani Mahama make of this call for a debate? We put the question to this spokesperson, Joyce Bawa-Mokhtari.
You know, look, service to the good people of Ghana should actually be an opportunity for you to exhibit your respect for the people, to exhibit your decision to serve the people. Because, of course, if we don't elect you, then how do you become president? I think that the feedback so far has been phenomenal. And I know that there's a clamor even for us to do more. And I'm hopeful that the next one will be in the Ashanti region, where we'll be engaging the media on that part of Ghana, and then subsequently to the other regions also. Mr. Mahama has always been a very friendly media kind of person. I think that this is an engagement that will continue right through to when he comes into office after the elections.
There are those who make the argument that, look, based off on how well he performed, a challenge is being thrown to your main opponents that if they believe they know the issues so well, why don't they come for a debate on matters of the economy and all things in the lead up to December 7th? Is this something that you will support if the opportunity avails itself?
Let me say one thing. If you look at the recklessness of the New Patriotic Party, if you look at the pronouncements and the utter disrespect of our political opponents, if you watch the body language and demeanor of John Mahama and Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, it should tell you one thing, that this is a pair of experienced hands that are coming into office to serve the good people of Ghana and not for personal aggrandizement. I ask myself a question every day: what is the purpose? What will be the use of a debate with Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, for example? Let him tell us what he has done with all the lectures, what he has done with all the promises he made. Who is actually fixing the economy now? What have you seen as a major indicator to the fact that they are making an attempt to fix the economy, apart from the opulence that you see, the state capture of all state assets? Now I understand why the incoming running mate said what he said about the revered Kwame Nkrumah Osagyefo. Osagyefo fought for Ghana at the verge of our independence from the colonial master. At the time, us who hail from the northern region were literally hewers of wood. In every colonial home, if you found a servant, that servant would be from the north. What does Osagyefo do? He set up the secondary school educational system, which built a cosmopolitan Ghana. Today, the Ghana we enjoy is as a result of the secondary school structure that we had. And all persons from the northern region, who are probably almost 70 and above, were persons who benefited from this free education. When they were launching free education, did you hear President Akufo-Addo at the time try to give credit anywhere? Look.
And now Ghana is on the course to end the increasing land disputes in the country with the introduction of a digitized system that will help in demarcation and settling of disputes across all 16 regions in the country. Communications Minister Eslo Usu-Ekofo says government is determined to make civil servants superior in digital skills as staff of all 53 ministries, departments and agencies receive training in digital land ownership. The trainees were the second cohort under the Dick Smart program.
We want to develop visionary leaders, enhance their ability to navigate tech policy, deliver on tech transformation, in fact, drive tech transformation, and cultivate a digital-first culture within our public institutions. It's not enough to be a recipient and not to understand why the various initiatives are being rolled out.
Dr. Evans Agridakun, the head of the civil service, in a speech read on his behalf, said the training program shows the readiness of civil service staff to embrace the digital age in ending land disputes.
To utilize the skills and knowledge gained from this program with enthusiasm to improve your performance. The digital solutions and innovative approaches you have learned will be critical in our mission towards improving service delivery. The skills acquired should not only enhance your professional capabilities, but also significantly impact the efficiency, transparency, and accessibility of the service we provide to the public.
And our fishermen at the Jamestown landing beach in Accra are bemoaning the increase in theft cases in the area. They blame the development to idleness and hunger induced by the closed fishing season. Here's a report by my colleague Nee Bleu.
It's been 11 days since the closure of the sea to fishing activities. This is to afford juvenile fishes time to grow and matured fishes to spawn during the period. Some fishermen at Jamestown say they are reeling under the harsh effects that the closed fishing season presents. The 1-month sea closure seemed to have exposed some of the fishermen to hunger. The impact also extends to the shore laborers and fish processors. This, they say, has paved way for social vices to thrive in the area.
The closure of the sea has really disturbed us. Some fishermen have now turned to thieves and stealing from people. Just this dawn, cell phones belonging to 5 individuals have been stolen. If fishing is in season, the fishermen will not have appetite for stealing.
But the closed fishing season is not being adhered to by some of the fishermen. Meet 35-year-old Kojo Ejumakun, a fisherman and the father of 9 children. He confessed defying the order.
I secretly went for fishing at dawn because I was hungry. I shouldn't have gone, but I could not bear hunger anymore.
The fishermen recommended stringent monitoring regime for industrial trawlers when the fishing season resumes. This amateur video obtained from the fishermen show how industrial trawlers overharvest juvenile fish and later dump them into the ocean after they had died. Meanwhile, some fish processors have taken opportunity of the closed fishing season to increase the price of their fish. This woman is a canoe owner and also a financier of operations of some canoes at the Jamestown landing beach. She hoarded stock during the fishing season and now sells at high price. She and her colleague justify the price increase.
It is evident that prices of fish have soared. Previously, a cutting of fish sells between 1,500 and 2,000 cedis, but now a cutting costs 2,500 cedis. The fish, oil, and fuel wood all shot up. This has influenced the price hike of fried fish.
The closed fishing season will be observed by artisanal fishermen for a month, while industrial trawlers will observe it for 2 months. Stanley Nibleu, TV3 News, Jamestown Landing Beach, Accra.
Well, on that fishing note, we end the morning news. For more news updates, you want to log on to our website, is 3news.com. Thanks for watching. It's always a pleasure coming your way. Enjoy your morning.